Hello friends, my name's Emile and welcome back to some more Need for Speed Underground. Today we're continuing on with our Let's Play. This is episode 5 and in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at a circuit race, a drag race and many others. Let's start with the drag race first. Some punks with V6 engines think size matters, take them out in this inner city drag. Oh boy, cars with V6 engines sounds exciting, right? You wait until you see what turns up at the starting grid. Now granted, I guess the cars that are about to show up are kind of exciting. I don't know, I haven't driven one. I've sat in one. Wasn't terribly exciting to sit in. It is, of course, the Hyundai Coupe. So yeah, it's a bunch of Hyundai Coupes versus my Civic. Now, admittedly, in IRL, I'm not actually sure what power the V6 Coupes produce. Can't imagine it's that much, really. If it's like over 200, I would be genuinely surprised. I don't know how much the Civic weighs though. Maybe, I guess they would probably be quicker. Although, then again, I'm thinking it's like Forza PI systems. They actually seem to be relatively close. Oh my god, white van, car, come on. There's nothing behind us. Okay, it looks like we're going to get a solid one to the finish line. There we go, 32.4. So just remember on that drag race last time we were setting a 42.1 the first time we did it, and now we've just smashed that. Anyways, 250 in the bank. We unlocked the 2003 Hyundai Coupe. Probably a car we're not going to use. I mean, it's an alright car, the Hyundai Coupe. It just isn't particularly exciting now, is it? Anyways, we have a circuit race and a drift race. So let's do the drift race first, because so show the crowd some dope drifting skills, and you'll make the world a better place with some neon. Oh boy, time for neons. Or new neons, I should say. Because, of course, we do have access to neons. It's just I didn't put any on this car because I have taste. I don't know. Anyways. I've got a piece of olive stuck in my tooth. That isn't particularly good. Anyways, let's see how well... yeah, the car still does good drift, do. I don't think it's going to be get as much body roll, which might affect it a little bit. But, I mean... doesn't seem to have. I mean, let's be honest. Maybe I should just do the drift events on hard, because to be honest with you, I'm pretty... I wouldn't like to say I'm good at drifting on this game, because, like, it's not that difficult, but, yeah, it's, you know, not particularly challenging, let's put it that way. Although, then again, there are some drift races which can be a bit challenging, because as the tracks get a bit more technical, you can start to have some issues, but, like, on these first few tracks, that really is not much of an issue at all, as you can see through there. There we go. Got our max multiplier. Yeah, I think we're winning this, and we're also going to get a very good amount of style points out of this as well. I'm already on 96,000, and that's not even including the race win, so yeah, we're going to get a good amount of style points from that experiment there. So that should be cool. Alright, there we go. We unlocked tier HUD, level 1 vinyls, 250 in the bank, and level 2 neons. So, all in all, pretty good showing. Pretty good selection of prizes, if you will. Anyways, we now have a circuit and a circuit. So, that's a 2-lap race, that's a 3-lap race. Let's do a 2-lap race first. Alright, let's do this. Got some coffee now as well, so hopefully it'll keep me a bit more awake. Go to the options menu to customize the information you see on the heads-up display. I've always thought that U looks really weird, like it looks almost like a V. It's a very strange looking U, and it's also higher up than the rest of them. I don't know if that's just an issue with editing or not. Anyways, the world's ugliest neon. Oh, and it's that bleeding focus from the Hot Hatch challenge has shown up as well. Yeah, that neon with its stock wheels, though, that is not a good look. Also, Jose. No way, Jose's Golf also isn't particularly the prettiest vehicle in the world, but there you go. Apparently, he's just tuned his engine up. Oop, hold up. Okay, anyways, carrying on with this race going on here. Alright, oh, God. A bit of a snapback on me there. So what I was actually thinking is potentially swapping out the cars later on. Or sorry, I was actually thinking of maybe getting a new car in the next episode. Yeah, that sounds like maybe a plan to me. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be getting yet, but I've got a couple of ideas of cars I could get. And honestly, I might just start swapping cars out every couple of episodes. Again, I will get into the whole sort of car buying system on this game, because it's a very, very good system, actually. And it'll actually allow me to do that with relative frequency, so yeah, that's something we are definitely going to look at potentially getting around to. And there's a couple of nice cars sort of available right now. As much as I don't want to get rid of my Civic, because I really like the Civic. Oh god, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. Although, hopefully I've got enough of a lead to be okay. Indeed I have. Okay, sweet. So yeah, hopefully we'll pick a car. But yeah, the Civic, I don't really want to get rid of my Civic particularly, because I really like this car, but you know, I don't want to keep using the same car throughout the entire game, because that would get a little bit boring, a little bit repetitive. So, also the Civic isn't a particularly amazingly good car either, so yeah, it's good to have change occasionally. So yeah, we'll probably switch it up in the next episode. Alright, 250 in the bank, we've unlocked another circuit track, so that's cool. Alright, let's continue onwards.
Spotlight's on you, kid. Pretty dope considering you got no skills, no crew, and you look like a dork. Is that supposed to impress me?
Eddie has really small arms, apparently. The only way to go is up.
You look under my hood? Ah, you need to get your head checked, son.
Who knew these guys would be interested in you? Modified Mag is here, and the word is that they'll put you on their cover if you win the next race.
Alright, so hit the right notes and you'll land on the charts. Take the win to take number 10 on the circuit rankings. So the first thing I level up in is something that I'm not actually particularly good at. Great. Like to power slide? Put your driving skills to the ultimate test by turning off stability control. I've already done that. Also, that Impreza looks... Well, actually, it looks pretty decent in black, although I'm not too sure on that wing. That is not a particularly nice looking wing there, but it happens. Speaking of not particularly nice wings, that Peugeot doesn't have one, although that 240SX, I'm not a fan of the 240SX by any stretch of the imagination, but that actually looks pretty decent, so I'm assuming that, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a randomly generated car to me. That's, mind you, the opponents in this game, I should actually quickly explain this. Unlike in Underground 2, the opponents in this game aren't exactly randomly generated. You know, they can look it sometimes. Also, I did not mean to do that, but that's just sort of ended up happening. So the opponents in this game, they don't actually seem to be randomly generated like the purple neon in the last race. I've seen him pop up a few times as 240SX. I've seen him pop up a few times. I think some of the AI cars may only show up once or twice, but they're not randomly generated. They are fixed to the event. It'll say, hey, look, specific car. You know, you're going to race against these 3 specific cars, although the game may have randomly modified them, sort of. They always show up to the races with the same modifications. However, maybe they simply go ahead and change the, you know, to actually generate the cars themselves to show up in those races. Maybe the developers decided to just randomly throw some upgrades on them. I don't know how it really works, to be honest with you, but there you go. Because some of them definitely do look randomly generated, and you can be forgiven for thinking the AI cars are randomly generated, but no, they some of them are, or at least for the most part, they're all fixed, although maybe one of them will only show up in one race. For example, like our team of Hyundai Coupes, they probably, like, maybe 1 or 2 of those Coupes will show up later on, but for the most part, they, that'll probably be some of theirs only appearance, but they'll always appear the same. So that's kind of a tricky way to describe that. Also, that 206 very much tried to dick me. So thank you, Mr. Peugeot 206. You are truly somewhat special. A special little snowflake. There you go, that's what you are. Alright. Oh my god. Spin the car. At least that actually gets us some style points. That 240SX does look nice. Again, not a fan of the 240SX at all, but I really like that sort of black and red Alpine thing going on. Maybe I will smooch that over to a, or keep that in mind when I build another car. We'll have to see. Although that 240SX has just flown straight into a civilian's sedan there, so that's not a particularly bright thing from him. Also, I should explain on this track, there's two ways you can sort of run this. You can either sort of take the route that I keep taking, which is turning right and then going straight down, or you can go around the hotel. Now, the hotel allows you to take more speed. However, the hotel route is slightly longer. Again, it's another one of those sort of moral dilemmas, do you go, around, or do you go straight through? One slightly... They're probably both around the same length of time, but it really depends on what you're more comfortable with doing. And maybe even depends on the strength of the car. I.e., if you've got a better handling start, you might want to go for the shorter, tighter cuts, but if you have a car with more straight line speed, you might want to go for the slightly longer distance one, but they'll allow you to keep more of that speed up. It's a weird thing, but it's actually really kind of cool and clever, so... yeah, anyways. On the final lap of this particular race now, let's try not to have another big sideways moment. We are going to have another big sideways moment, excellent. I mean, to be fair, I'm not averse to it. Again, we're coming up to another one of those trick shortcuts now as well. You'd think going through there would be quicker, but no, there is quite a lot of obstacles in there. And ultimately, it doesn't actually chop down the time too much, unless you're sort of starting from the opposite direction. Maybe it could be useful in like a time trial or something, but in terms of normal racing, it usually really is not worth it to take the gamble on that shortcut. So... yeah, again, the shortcuts in this game were surprisingly intelligently done, which, that's not something you expect from every racing game, because usually most games it's like, oh hey, this shortcut will make the game a hell of a lot easier, because you can just cut down here and get in front of get in front of your AI opponents, but nope, in this game they're pretty interesting. So, yeah. Anyways, we win that race, of course. We get fill the style point gauge, we get the 5 Zergen vignette, we get 250 in the bank, we unlock a circuit track, we're going to be on the cover of another magazine, and we are 10th in the circuit race rankings. Once again, another load of prizes to contend with there. So we are on the front of Modified Mag.
You made it onto Modified Mag. You are totally the man.
So that's cool, we'll take that. Next up, we have a drag tournament again. Alright, let's do this. It's all drag from dusk till dawn, downtown tonight. You'll get in 4 heats before the night's out. Alright, let's do this. I really like the drag tournaments because they don't actually take too long to do. And they're actually a pretty easy way to earn a bunch of money. So, money. Yeah, that. Anyways. Alright, we have an Imprezol. Ew, an Integra. Cool. Alright, that's actually a pretty smart looking Integra as well. Oh my god. Okay, that was probably the best drag launch I've ever had in this game, actually. That was a really good launch, really strong launch. And we have left everyone for dust. A little bit of an over-rev there, unfortunately. But we are still coming back down here. We are clear. Let's just use a bit of a nitrous boost to boost us up in speed some more. Try not to fry the engine as well, because I only have 5 gears. I would kind of like 6, but yeah, we'll have to wait until we get into some more faster vehicles before we get the option of a 6-speed bro. Because, trusting us with 6 gears. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Anyways. Well, again, apologise for any background noise caused by the PlayStation. It's a loud system. It's actually probably louder than my 360 is. Excuse me. Anyways, we are back on another freeway drag, so let's go ahead and get into gear. Not as good a launch this time around. That Impreza, that got 4-wheel drive. Now, yeah, 4-wheel drive does help on the drag races. It does give you a decent advantage off the line. So, bear that in mind. If you're not particularly good at drag racing, you know, you may want to go for something 4-wheel drive, because it really has a bit of a safety barrier there, in the sense that you can get the car off the line a bit quicker if you're not too good at launching them, maybe. I don't know. Anyways. I do know, however, that we did win that race. Again, another pretty straightforward drag race. The Integra actually blew his engine there. Also, he's called Spin in drag races, which is a little bit strange, but hey, whatever. As can happen sometimes, there's always some strangeness going on. It's loading. It's a loading. We have to do a song about the game loading. Yeah, right, here we go. I believe this is the 3rd heat of this series. Ooh, yes, alright, I'm starting to get a bit more used to moderating the power using the buttons now, so that's something. Again, if I had an actual DualShock 2, I might be a little bit better, although they're saying that. This controller actually has the, I don't know if it has pressure sensitive buttons, but it definitely has the buttons slightly raised from ooh, you're going to switch lanes, okay. But yeah, it has the buttons slightly raised from a standard PS2 controller, so maybe it makes it a little bit easy to get them launches on this particular controller. I'm not too sure. The buttons don't really have much sort of pressure on them, like they either go fully down or not. Anyways, heading on to the final race of this drag tournament. As you do. As we wait for it to load first, of course. And then we'll get into the final race of the drag tournament, which is exciting. Yes. Alright. Wait. Oh yeah, is the Integra changed colour? I swear it was white and blue before. I don't know why it's gone black. That's strange. I can only assume it's a graphical bug, maybe. It could be an issue with the game's disc, although I would doubt it, because this disc is... Despite this disc, I bought this game pre-owned, actually, and I still have my pre-owned copy. Bear in mind, I bought it pre-owned in, like, 2007, and I played a hell of a lot of this game. It's... Oh, fuck. God damn it. Will that still allow me to get the win, though? Yeah, okay. We'll stick with that, then. Wait, what? Okay. Not really sure what happened there. I'll leave that in, though. So I can go back and check it later and see what the hell went on there. It seemed fine to me. Maybe you have to actually finish all the races in a drag tournament? I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever crashed out of a drag tournament, usually, so... Yeah, I'm not going to try and do anything fancy-smancy. Yeah, I'm not going to try and switch the lanes here. I'm just going to stick in this one. Hopefully nothing turns right apart from that taxi. Apparently he's looking at turning right like a twat. Anyways, and across the line. Alright. There we go. I will finally get a drag race on point. So yeah, I don't really know why. Again, maybe you can't total. I don't know. No, it's £5 in the bank. Drag track, and there we go. Alright, cool. So I believe, yes, we shall leave it here for this episode, and in the next episode we'll look at getting ourselves a new car. So join me for that. Anyways, friends, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been The Real Emile, and until next time, farewell.